Despite having a 13-point lead at one point in the first half of the game, the Chicago Bulls go into the half, or come out of the first half down by 2. We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, hosted by Haize, your number one spot for all things Chicago Bulls.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this game for today at halftime. Buzelis leads the Chicago Bulls in scoring, 13 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 3 of 4 from three-point range, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. Really good minutes out here by Buzelis guarding Kevin Durant. Josh Giddey got switched on him for a couple of possessions as well. But Buzelis is not backing down. This is a really good learning opportunity here for Buzelis to continue to grow and learn. Love to see the way that the young rook is out there playing. Josh Giddey, the second leading scorer today. And some of y'all got to stop hating on Josh Giddey. That's all I can say. Some of y'all got to stop hating on Josh Giddey. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals in this game. No turnovers in this game. And you know what? He's scored 12 points, but Josh Giddey has been responsible for 28 points out of 58 points when he creates as well with some of the looks he's generated for open looks. Y'all got to stop hating on Josh Giddey. Not to say that Josh Giddey's a perfect player. He's not. He got some big flaws, but y'all need to stop the Josh Giddey hate. Now, you can have Josh Giddey critiques, but the blind Josh Giddey hate got to stop. Josh Giddey has been the Bulls' best player since the Zach LaVine trade, and he's continued that trend today. Him and Buzelis playing extremely well today. Can't wait to see what the haters. But Haize, Josh Giddey missed only 4 for 7 from the field, though. Haize, how is Josh Giddey defending going to shut the fuck up? You know what? You know what's hurting this team as well? The fact that Billy Donovan does not know how to exploit the Tyus Jones on Josh Giddey minutes. Every time Tyus Jones is guarding Josh Giddey, they should absolutely exploit that matchup. Absolutely exploit that matchup. If you're not doing that, you're stupid. You're stupid. But other than that, Kobe White, 2 for 6 from the field for 5 points. Lonzo Ball has 3 points. He's 1 of 4 from the field. Nikola Vucevic is 2 for 8 for 4 rebounds, 4 points, 1 assist as well. Zach Collins actually had some productive minutes out there today. I won't lie. Some solid minutes. Dalen Terry had a really good explosive dunk today as well. Julian Phillips had 3 points. You know, what it come down to with that? Kevin Huerter is plus 13 in the game. It's a weird game. Weird game, y'all. Weird game. Weird game. I'm still not on the Giddey train, and that's fine. I'm not saying that anybody has to be blindly on the Giddey train. I'm just saying for the people who have this blind hate and can't objectively talk about the man's game, right? So no, there's criticisms for every play. I don't care how good you are. So I'm not saying he's above the place of criticism. Nobody's above that, especially not Josh Giddey. I'm just talking about those specifically that blind hate on him just anytime they hear the name Josh Giddey. That's what I'm talking about. Vooch hit his 10K rebounds. He checked out. He's like, I got what I need. I came what I needed to do today, right? Giddey hooping. He's starting to show what he can do. Yeah, I mean, listen, he's and I think also though with Kobe White just not being effective lately, he's opened up a little bit more for Josh Giddey, right? All the young guys have flaws. We need to continuously develop. Well, every player has flaws, right? Like you're never going to have a completely flawless player. It's just that's not out there. Even LeBron at his prime had flaws. Jordan at his prime had flaws. I'm still not on the Giddey. Oh, I just read that one. Stop letting Lonzo and Huerter shoot, please. Hey, he's still developing, but I think he's going to be a really good player. I have been a fan. Does so many things good as a point guard. That's facts. That's facts. Yep, at DJ, something I've hated through the I must have missed a comment there. I tell you what, if fans get behind Giddey, he'll feed off the positivity and go to another level. He is a confidence player, that's for sure. Billy be so stuck in his game plan. He don't be trying to exploit things. I hate that. Bro is not creative at all. Like Billy Donovan's you're right. He's just not a creative coach, Vaughn. Not creative at all. Chi-Town in the building. We need to keep Zoe, Io, Jones, and Giddey if we can. Look at Deanna saying keep Giddey. Look at what's gotten into this young lady here. Modest stock was lowered by not being able to shoot, but he's proven his shot is at minimum going to be league average, as in not a bad shooter. How do you think that translates to his future? So in my pre-draft analysis for Modest Buzelis, the thing that I always went back to is that how productive is he going to be if his shot never develops? And when you look at the things that Modest does well, right? Energy well, attacks the rim really well. He has a really good dribble. He's a better passer than we've gotten to see here because we have so many guards on the team. He's a solid passer. If he can be a solid defender, he can be productive anyway. If you're talking about Modest Buzelis turning into a consistent shooter at the NBA level with his speed, with his athleticism, with his quick first step, I'm not saying he's going to be a star per se. We got to see it be sustained, but I'm saying that he's going to be a damn good player in the NBA. That's for sure. Giddey, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. I did say I smoked the triple-double coming. We'll see. You know, Billy Donovan, anytime Giddey gets close to that triple-double, somehow Josh Giddey miraculously sits in the fourth quarter, so we'll see. Josh and Zach are the type of guys I'd want to go out and pick up girls with at the club. Mike. This is a winnable game, but the Bulls can't stand prosperity. Should be up by at least 10 points. Yeah, I mean, and that goes to the Bulls defense, right? This is defense. Who the fuck doing that? I said I don't. See, stop thinking. 8 Lives. Everything ain't about. You haven't presented. You've left 3 voicemails, and other than you saying, I don't like the way he shoots. I don't think that you could have a team with Josh Giddey. The teams, you ain't presented a single stat. Everything ain't about you, 8 Lives. But here's the thing. I'll go on and say nothing I say is about you until you get an actual voicemail in here where you bring something other than, Haize, I don't like the kid. I think he's trash. Oh, he's not trash. You backtrack on everything you say. You literally left a voicemail today saying he's trash, but yet I got a comment from you left yesterday saying, well, I'm not saying he's trash. Nothing's about you, bro. You got to get your points together before my comments can be about you, my brother. And again, y'all, 8 Lives is an OG here. We're family. 8 Lives is going to give me some shit back. I'm not just being mean to random people. If Giddey keeps hooping like this, then not only did the Bulls win the trade, but they found their point guard for the future. He has to prove it, right? And that's the thing. He has to continually prove it, and he still has things that he definitely needs to work on his game. I think the thing is that you clearly, from what we've seen so far, maybe it changes in the offseason and next season, but what we've seen so far, Kobe and Giddey together aren't going to work. Right? It does not seem like they're going to be able to be an effective backcourt together. So you got to figure that out, right? I think that's where a lot of kind of the criticisms as well comes from Josh Giddey is that people look at Josh Giddey and say, well, this is the reason Kobe's not having the season that it looked like he was going to have based off last year. I think that kind of rolls into some of the Josh Giddey criticism as well, right? And that is something that the Bulls got to figure out. They got to figure that out. Been telling y'all all year Giddey is good. Yes, he has flaws, but is good and a point guard. That's a fact. I didn't like how when it mattered, Giddey wasn't doing shit. A lot of course, he going to make plays, but we going to be trash with Giddey starting period. No, again, we've seen a team be one of the best teams in their conference with Giddey on it. You can't. The whole logic when people say, well, you can never have a winning team with this guy on it. Look at some of the players on that teams have on winning. Hell, we won fucking damn near 60 games with Keith Bogans as a starter. So, and Josh Giddey is way better than that. It's how you build the team out as a whole. And there's never been a time where Giddey wasn't doing shit. Now, there's been times where he gotten completely blown up defensively, and he wasn't shooting well offensively, but he's always created open looks for players. That comment is MF and insane. Bro just said, Mike, hey, bro, that's Mike tripping, bro. Mike tripping with that one, man. I'm not petty enough to block Casual Kelder, but I had to mute him because of the bullshit he says about Giddey and the girl accusation. Well, Casual Kelder also is a girl in his mind, right? Casual Kelder, you got to realize with Casual Kelder, he's on the spectrum. So once you realize that, you kind of start ignoring some of the things that he says. It's good, Haize. You know I'm coming back. I haven't been the same since Zach Cliff. You know I love you, bro. All jokes aside, 8 Lives, you know I love you, bro. Like, I just like to mess with you, fam. People that have been around for a while, I feel like there's a little bit more latitude to joke with them. That's all it is. You know, I love you, brother. You have really good, and I understand that you know basketball, right? Bro, people think we should not extend Giddey in his contract. Didn't expensive, and he's 22 and one of the best playmaking point guards in the league and gets triple doubles, and we're in a rebuild. I mean, yeah, the Bulls are going to bring him back. Anybody who thinks that the Bulls are just going to let Josh Giddey walk away, they're not going to. Now, I will say this, depending on what they get in the draft, maybe it does change and make them a little bit more open to sign and trade him. But unless that changes, I think that it is what it is. Thanks. It's kind of off topic, but Acme is literally ranked the worst front office in the league by other GMs. Yeah, we know that. We know that. That's not shocking at all. Haize, your opinion is unbiased. I appreciate you. Listen, and that's the thing, right? I'm going to criticize players when they play bad, but I'm going to also give them their props when they're playing good. I hate Javon Carter. I hate him on this team. But if Javon Carter starts playing well, I'm going to be the first one to say, hey, Javon Carter's playing pretty good, right? Now, I feel confident I'm never going to have to say that, right? But the thing that kind of bothers me at times is when people just blindly hate on somebody no matter what they're actually doing, right? They just, and I'm not saying that's 8 Lives. I'm not saying that's not directed at 8 Lives. But there's a lot of people that you see in being on this side, and when you see how people contradict themselves, you start realizing like people just have access to grind against certain players, and it's really weird, right? What is Bobo's ceiling? The ceiling is the floor. I'm waiting on that day I say something that Haize roasts me for. I mean, you know what it is, Troy? It's difficult to roast you for the stuff you say because you are such a centered person, right? I've never seen you stand out about anything good or bad, right? So it's hard to get that in, but you know, it is what it is, man. I'm pretty sure Giddey is restricted free agent anyways. We can match anything that any offer that he gets, that's for sure. He is trade bait. The man's inconsistent and can't run an offense. Who can't run an offense? You talking about Kobe? Who you talking about can't run an offense? Kobe can run an offense, but he actually run it. Carter plays better defense than Kobe. No, he doesn't. He did when he was on the Bucks, not while he's here. Javon Carter has been terrible in his defensive minutes when he's here. Do you see Kobe on this team in the future? My guy got to get out of this funk. I really, coming into the season, I said yes, right? But I don't know which way this front office is going to go this offseason with all the guards. They got to start finding balance, man. Bobo's ceiling is 7'3", and he's already that tall. That is hilarious. Might have to do on purpose now. See, once you start thinking about doing it on purpose, that's when things are going to go left. Haize without a hat. You sure this isn't AI? No, this is not AI. AI couldn't roast the way that I do. So there you go. I can't see a situation where a team is trying to outbid the Bulls just to get the Bulls to pay more and then end up having to be stuck with Giddey. So probably good chance the Bulls don't get duped. I mean, you just never – I mean, heck, the Spurs were willing to give up a first-round pick for Giddey after we traded for him. So, like, that's another question, right? Feels like it's going to come down to Kobe or Giddey. It's definitely feeling like that, right? It's definitely feeling like that. Do the Bulls buy out Carter and re-sign Trey? The Bulls typically don't buy out a lot of guys, right? They don't buy out a lot of players. And not typically because, again, we are owned by Reinsdorf. So there's that part of it. All I know, Kobe gets picked on the defensive end. Yeah, a lot of our players do. I hate Javon Carter. Have you played basketball before? I can't believe you have playing time above high school. What does that mean? He's still a bad basketball player. I doubt that you have the comprehension level of above a fifth grader, but you're in here trying to type. I doubt that you've had any type of success podcasting, but you're in here trying to type. That's a dumb ass. Listen, the fact that your name is made up of a lot of vowels and you really are pieced together, it's bad enough. But don't come in here trying to say stupid shit and feel like you're not going to get roast. This is hatless Haize in this bitch, right? It's bad enough that your mama was terrified to actually swallow like she should have, and now we're left here with the results of her failure, dealing here with having to read your comments. That's the sad part about it. You worry more about that, right, than worry about me hating a basketball player that has not been good for my basketball team. How about you worry about that, right? Now, I'm not a gynecologist, but I can tell you that your mama's coochie is wide open. I can tell you that without even seeing it. I can tell you that. But all right, y'all, we'll be back at after half. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See Red. We'll be back for the post-game show. Peace, y'all.